So we meet again. Hello friend, my name is Wee and today we're gonna discuss the differences between C and C++ and I'm gonna talk about a very brief history of the C++ programming language. So let's get started. So C was invented in 1972 and it had a key feature in that era and it still has it. It's its blazing speed. It still is one of the fastest programming languages ever to exist and probably will remain this way. And then there was another programming language in that era as well called Simula. Now Simula is arguably the first one to introduce OOP elements. Now what are those? Well, OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming, so here are the OOP elements explained. Let's say that we have a car. Now, what properties does a car have? So first of all, it is an object. Being an object means that it has its own unique properties. So it has a color, it has a shape, and it has a brand. These are just a few to name some. And it also has some functions. It can accelerate, make turns, and stop at any time. So what are the differences between a car and any car? So a car, a specific car, is the Audi S8. Now this car is not any car. This is called individualization. Now any car is any car, so this process is called abstractization. So this means that Simula, while it's using its OOP elements, it's actually using abstractization, while C was using individualization, and well, Simula was greater for this concept. However, it had one very big problem. It was extremely slow and it was almost unusable. So this is where this guy comes in. This guy is called Bjarne Stroustrup. And well, while working on his PhD file, he thought, well, I wish there was a way to use these awesome OOP elements without sacrificing in efficiency. And this is how his idea started up. So he combined C speed and style with Simula's OOP elements and his name, and he gave birth to what's called C with classes. This happened in 1979. Later, in 1983, the name has changed into C++, a more familiar name. Now let's make the differences between C and C++. Now, which one do you think is slightly faster? Well, obviously, this is C, because it doesn't have OOP elements. This is the second difference, because only the C++ programming language can support those things. This means that C++ is incompatible with C, while C is very compatible with C++ in 90% of the cases. In the other 10%, the user has to make a very slight change so that it gets compiled into a C++ compiler. No big deal. So now let's learn how to create a C++ project inside CodeBlocks. So I'm going to my PC and I'm coming right back. Okay, so now we should go to CodeBlocks and start creating a new project. So we just double click on CodeBlocks and wait for it to load. And once it loads, we have to hit the create a new project button. Now there is an alternative solution to this. We just have to click file, new project, but I find it way easier just clicking this button here. So now this might look a bit intimidating. It's a very long list of different projects that we can create. We're not interested in any of those except for this one. This one is the console application. This allows to write code in C or C++. And now we just have to click go, and well, this is a bonus page that we could call. So we just have to click next, and in here we have to make a selection between C and C++. Now we're going to choose C++ every time, even when we're making a project just in C. The reason for that? Well, I've told you, in 90% of the cases, the C code is compatible in C++, but C++ code is not compatible with C. So we just have to click next, and now we have to choose a project title for our project. I'm just going to choose something real quick, and this is going to be called tutorial number 1. And well, I'm going to choose a path. Well, this could be anywhere. I'm going to save mine in C users we, and in here I'm going to go to my documents, and in here I'm going to make a new folder called tutorials. And in that folder, we're gonna store this project. And now I'm just going to click next. In this page, I'm going to ignore everything that's happening because I don't really know what this means. Well, I do know, but I shouldn't know for this tutorial's purpose. And now I'm going to click finish, and this is it. The project has been created. Now what? We cannot see anything on the screen. Well, we can see something on the screen. In the left side, this is called the Management tab. And in here, we can find different other tabs, sub-tabs, we could call them, that we could choose from. We're interested in the first one, which is selected by default, and this is called Projects. This allows us to see what's in our workspace, and in our case, it's a tutorial one. This is the actual project that we've created, which has got inside of it a subfolder called Sources. Now, if we click on this plus, we can see the file main.cpp. This is where the source code is found. So we just have to double click this, and boom, this is some C++ code right here. And this is how we create a new project. Without much explaining, now we're only going to print a hello world message using the C++ language. So let's get started. So I really modified this file one bit. It's the exact same file that the original project came equipped with. And I'm really not going to modify it a lot this video. I'm only going to talk about this section here. Now, I know that this code will output on the screen the message that's written in here, and I'm going to prove it to you. Now, in this corner here, we can find 3 different buttons. One of them is build, one of them is run, and one of them is both. Now, the gear one, the build one, will only get the file, so this thing here, and transform it into binary code. While this one will take the file that was already transformed, so it assumes that the file has already been transformed, and, well, it will run it. It's as if you double-clicked on it. And, well, the third one does both, and this is what we're interested in. So I'm just going to click on it, and let's see what happens. A black screen appeared, and it says in here, hello world. It's the exact same message that's between these quotes in here. And, well, some more text is written. Now, this text over here will say that process returned 0, which means that there was no error during the execution of this file, and the execution time, so the time since the program has been opened until it ended its execution. So it was about 0.061 seconds. You can see how fast that is. And it says press any key to continue. So now if I press, for example, enter, that thing will disappear from the screen. And that's fine, because this is what the program does. And this is everything for now. I could upload more videos if I were a tiny bit more supported on patreon.com. I will drop the link down in the description. Now, I really hope that you've liked this video. If you have, please drop a like. If you haven't, you know what to do. Please subscribe and keep up the good work. I'm going to upload content as much as I can, and I really hope that this thing can help you understand IT in a different way. Programming is very special, and I really hope that you understand it correctly and that you learn to like it, because it's something that you will naturally do in the future if you keep up the good work. So, see you next time.